A Trombetta motion is a motion to dismiss a charge or a case because the police allowed evidence in the case to get lost. This is sometimes called a Trombetta-Youngblood motion. The idea is that the police have a duty to preserve evidence in the case, especially if the evidence is what we call exculpatory. It has the potential to show that the suspect is innocent. We make the Trombetta motion either before or during trial. If the judge grants the motion, he might exclude certain evidence, or he might dismiss some of the counts, or he might dismiss the case altogether. In deciding whether to grant the motion, the judge will look at two things. One, how favorable the missing evidence is to the defendant. That is, how likely it is that the evidence that got lost may have shown the person to be not guilty. And two, whether the police acted in bad faith. That is, whether they lost the evidence deliberately or accidentally. I'll give you an example. Let's say that Johnny is arrested for rape and the police collect a DNA sample at the scene. The DNA is potentially exculpatory because it could show that somebody else was the perpetrator. The detective is worried about that, and he really wants to make the case against Johnny, so he destroys the DNA before it can be tested. Well, that's clearly bad faith, and the judge would very likely grant the Trombetta motion and dismiss the case. But let's change the scenario. Let's say there's a fire, an accidental fire, at the crime lab, and that the evidence gets burnt before it can be tested. In this case, there is no bad faith by the police, but it's still unfair to Johnny because evidence got destroyed, innocently destroyed, that might have shown that somebody else actually committed the crime. So the judge might still grant the Trombetta motion in this scenario. If you are facing criminal charges and you think there may be a Trombetta issue, we invite you to contact us here at Shouse Law Group. We'll look into whether this could lead to getting your charges reduced or dismissed.